Testing 1, 2, 3. Test. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Starting.
Right in bubble. Right. We got to your eyes, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brandon Garcia, I'm Galen's daughter, and Velma Lane Talbot, Swasey's granddaughter. You all for being with us today. It means a lot to us. We want to thank Claire Garrick for doing the family prayer. We appreciate that a lot. Welcome to my Grandma Velma's memorial. I'm going to start the services with a Bible verse. This is dedicated from Rodney Swasey to his mother. Proverbs 31:31, verses 21 through 23, the virtuous woman. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household is clothed in scarlet. She maketh her coverings of tapestry. Her clothing is silk and purple. Her husband is known in the gates when he sitteth among the elders of the land. We will have a few music selections in between all the speakers today. We're going to start with the song Yellow Rose of Texas, and then we're going to go into our opening prayer from her first grandson, Brandon Rodriguez. And then we'll follow that with the song Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
I need these glasses too. I'm getting older. Good morning, everyone. Thanks very much to each and every one of you for being present. I realize in these times it is difficult to get out, and also for those who have traveled so far to get here. Your presence is very much appreciated. Please pray with me as we commence these services intended to honor Velma Swasey, my beautiful grandmother. Dear God, it is with thanks that we assemble today. Although this is a terribly sad day, it is also a day for us to reflect and be thankful for all the days, moments, and conversations we were blessed to have shared with Grandma. We are also thankful for life. For those of us who are descendants of Grandma, it is most obvious that we would never be here to give thanks if it weren't for her life, for her being here. And if it weren't for you, we would not have her. So thank you once again. Have you seen Grandma? Has she been around? Has she made her way to you yet? Or is she still catching up with her love of Grandpa Swasey and making the rounds? I'm sure she has so much to share with him My guess, Lord, is that right now, and this is just my own imagination and there's no proof of it, that as she is speaking with Grandpa, I'm envisioning her tattletelling on Uncle Rod for all the little mighty things he's done since he's been gone. But more realistically, she is sure to be telling Grandpa about how much the family has grown and about how very proud of her own children she is, and how much she missed him and how she wished he could have been there over the last several years with her, to be with her while she struggled with her health, somehow potentially making things just a little bit easier for her, if only by holding her hand. In a real sense, I believe that Grandma had the courage to face these last years because of her family and also because of her faith in you. It is a difficult thing to acknowledge death, yet still have the courage to face each day with purpose. I believe you enveloped her in your arms and took away her fear and anxiety. She was stronger because of you. She was also stronger because of her family. Please send love and warmth towards Sammy and Emma. They have been such a consistent source of support for Grandma. I think they know how important they are to Grandma, but I don't think a little extra love would hurt. Can a person really ever have too much? Please also provide strength to my mom, Lonnie, Aunt Gayleen, Uncle Rod, Deanna, and Uncle Clay, so that they can get through this difficult time. Seems there's never enough time to say all we want to say or do all that we want to do. Please help each of them find comfort and Grandma's love for them. We do all mourn in our own unique ways, but losing a parent is one of the most difficult challenges we can ever face. In those times of remembrance, please help us remember all of the wonderful things we experienced and try to remember the love we have and the love we felt from Grandma. When you do see her, please ask her to keep her ears open. There are several of us who plan to continue conversations and provide regular updates. I have seen how full life can be and how also lonely it can be. It is when we are with each other that life seems so very full. It is when we are left to our own thoughts and fears that life can also seem so lonely. But I have also learned that it doesn't have to be this way. We can choose to share these times when we are seemingly alone with you, in your love and in your warmth, thus making us stronger and full again. And even though times go by and those explosive times of life seem so distant, having them in our minds and hearts, remembering, brings us back to life once more. It is through you that we can walk through this life motivated without feeling truly alone. It is through your love for us that we can experience one another through a great spectacle of laughter and joy. It is also through your love that we can forgive one another for the pain we cause, even if we never actually get around to saying I'm sorry. Let us remember the great moments we spend with one another and also show compassion and understanding when things don't seem to be going the right way or how we want. Please give us strength to see things from someone else's perspective and to not immediately assume the worst in others or in situations. Every person in this room has something beautiful about them. We all have something special to offer. I think one of Grandma's wishes for all of us is that we recognize these things in each other and continue to love one another. Additionally, please give strength to those speaking today. It's super hard. It's a very difficult thing to get up in front of others, even if it is family and friends, and speak from the heart. As you've witnessed so many times, we're an emotional folk. We can't help it. We just love so much, and we miss those who have left us so much. Thank you for giving us life and allowing us to experience such fantastical emotions and to be able to live and breathe in these moments with each other and with you. Amen.
Now the tribute of life from Grandma's very first grandchild, Shelley Rodriguez, with a song after I Can See Clearly Now. Well, that was a pretty hard act to follow here, so I'll do my best. Brandon? I would like to thank my family for giving me the great honor in presenting my grandmother's eulogy today. For those of you here in attendance, I'm grateful that you were able to travel here safely, and I thank you sincerely from the bottom of my heart for coming. I am Shelley Valine Elaine Rodriguez, also known as Shell Bell, and number 1. The firstborn of 13 grandchildren, 26 great-grandchildren, and 3 great-great-grandchildren to Velma Elaine Talbot Swasey. Those of us that loved her dearly knew her as Mom. Great sister, aunt, cousin, and dear friend. Velma Elaine Talbot Swasey was born on April 28, 1934 in Pocatello, Idaho, to Mark and Elizabeth Talbot. Velma's life journey began in Benjamin, Utah, where she was raised and attended Spanish Fork High School. In 1951, Velma married Oscar M. Salinas in Malad, Idaho. From this union, my grandmother was blessed with 2 children, Vonnie Elaine Salinas Rodriguez and Clay M. Salinas. They later divorced, permitting one door to close and opening another one that would grant her the love of her life, Arvin J. Swasey. Arvin and Velma married in 1955 in Ely, Nevada. They were blessed with 2 more children, Alta Gayleen Swasey and Rodney Arvin Swasey. Velma and Arvin's world revolved around their children as they loved them fiercely. As a power couple, they exceeded their aspirations in starting their own successful business of CNR Trucking. My grandmother was an inspirational and natural-born leader. She left a legacy of superior leadership that demonstrated with accolades of achievement in her role as a dispatcher for the Wells, Nevada Police Department, director of Wells Ambulance Crew, director and co-founder of Wells Senior Citizen Center, president of the Business and Professional Women Organization, PTA, and co-owner of CNR Trucking Incorporated, Aztec Towing, and Great Basin Distributing. My grandmother was admired for her wisdom, tenacity, high intellect, ambition, and love for others. She was in her best self element when she was providing and taking care of others. I can't recall a time when her selfless disposition wasn't in care of another. From her children, grandchildren, great-great-grandchildren, Grandpa Arvin, Grandma Swasey, and Grandma Talbot, she has always been there to care for others. My grandparents enjoyed taking their grandchildren on adventurous excursions in semi-trucks. I was fortunate to have been asked to go on a few of them and have many memories that I will treasure for a lifetime. My grandmother loved going on vacations and to family reunions.
I am grateful she and my mother had the chance to cross off her bucket list a much-desired visit to the Winchester House. One of her greatest milestones in life was celebrating her 25th anniversary with Grandpa on a cruise of the original Love Boat, also known as the Pacific Princess. She was quite fond of vacationing spots such as Hawaii. We traveled there with my mother, Sister Farah, and Grandma Talbot for my graduation in high school. Hawaii left us with some memories of vivid images that we will never forget with the exotic male dancers. It was fond memories like this where my grandmother was the life of the party. Her sense of humor was regarded best with a witty pun and infectious laugh to follow. She was gifted with clairvoyancy and her uncanny ability to see things in the future. Her predictions were acutely accurate. Right, Sammy? She and I shared a love for sweets and chocolate. We both have a habit of stashing a few Hershey chocolate bars in the fridge and drawers. My grandmother was a naturalist and genuine lover of animals. I believe she was spiritually connected to them all. Animals would appear out of nowhere and naturally gravitate to her magically. To no surprise, would you ever not find a neighborhood of cats coming to feed her home? And if they were lucky, a permanent resident. I recall many years ago rescuing a cat we found in the parking lot of 7-Eleven. Hence the cat's name was Seven. She rescued and loved many animals in her lifetime, from Foxy, Soxy, Seven, Chiquita, Tinker, Zoe, and Scotty. These are just to name a few that have embraced her while waiting from the golden gates of Rainbow Bridge. Leaving behind her treasured companion, Jack, she knows well that her beloved Sammy will love him until the end of his days. Grandma also had a love and keen interest in hummingbirds. She knew how to lure them in with her showcased exotic moonflowers and bold-colored bird feeders. Remarkable creatures. They were mesmerizing to watch and something that put a beautiful smile on Grandma's countenance. Some of my grandmother's favorite things were hobbies like the pinochle. I know that was going to happen, Sarah. The Pinochle Club, the Women's International Bowling Club, romance and mystery novels, her yard and flower garden, TV shows, Doc Martin and Murder, She Wrote. Grandma couldn't go without her Cinnamon Toast Crunch or her Sprite and cranberry beverages. Sweet Sammy noted Grandma's dynamic talent for her amazing whistle. This I did remember, Sammy. Grandma loved and looked forward to her Sunday dinners with my beautiful mother, Bonnie. Grandma cherished her visits and time spent with my beautiful Aunt Gayleen. She cherished every moment invested with all of her grandchildren or speaking to them on the phone. We have so many memories that are close to our hearts that will never be forgotten. Sugar and spice and everything nice. That's what little girls are made of. Frogs, snails, and puppy dog tails. That's what little boys are made of. Patience and time, attention all mine. Endless love, a gift from above. That's what grandmothers are made of. This is what resonates and enraptures my mind when I think of my beautiful grandmother. She used to sing this nursery rhyme song to me all the time when I was little. I will cherish these special moments and other favored memories forever in my heart. My grandmother in essence of beauty, grace, compassion, empathy, selfless humanity, a positive role model, and an advocate for the care of others. I want to give a special thanks to my endeared cousin, Samantha Swasey. You have left a permanent footprint in my heart, noted for your sacrifice and devoted love in our grandmother's care. It takes an extremely strong and courageous person to endure such commitment. What you did for Grandma was more than extraordinary, Sammy. It was divine love to the fullest. For this, I know your humbling nature, and you will dismiss any recognition for the love of our grandmother. However, I want you to know that I recognize you for your majestic heart. For this, I am grateful, and I love you so much, Samantha. I wanted just to take some time, too, to also thank all of my cousins that are sitting here on the front row, and some of you are scattered out, but every single one of you that prepared this beautiful day for my grandmother. She would be so proud. Carly, thank you for the music.
I want to give a special thanks to my sister. What a remarkable person that she is. She always comes through. She spent countless hours of scanning photos and making the slideshow there just perfect to her finesse. She's a beautiful person, and she spent a lot of time, and I just want you to know that I love you for all the time you invested. She did Grandma's makeup, her nails, and that takes a strong person too. So I leave with you today an important message my grandmother shared with me 11 years ago. I can still recall it as if it were yesterday. My grandmother met me for lunch at Chili's in Orem, Utah. She adamantly wanted me to know, and most importantly, feel in my heart, how much she loved me and all of her grandchildren. She emphatically apologized for not always being present when she was not able to be there. She wanted me and all of her family to know just how much she loved each and every one of them. So I say to all of you, my grandmother loved every one of you. Each of you have played an integral part in her life, shaping her life and our own lives for the better. Take these treasured moments and keep them close to your heart. Remember, forgiveness is the ultimate form of love, and it has the power to heal all things broken. Lastly, I wanted to share something spiritual that my grandmother shared with me at the time she crossed over. The sun grazed all over my face with its illuminating warmth, and then this song played on the radio. Our first speaker will be granddaughter Tiffany Garcia, followed by a song Grandma always insisted we play, Walk Through the Garden. Hello, I'm Tiffany Garcia. Grandma was my grandmother. I read her a couple poems. They're from, I think, everyone's heart. A limb has fallen from the family tree. I keep hearing a voice say, grieve not for me. Remember the best times, the laughter, the song, the good life I lived while I was strong. Continue my heritage, I'm counting on you. Keep smiling, and surely the sun will shine through. My mind is at ease, my soul is at rest. Remembering how I was truly blessed.
Continue traditions, no matter how small. Go on with your life. Don't worry about falls. I miss you all dearly, so keep up your chin until the day comes we're together again. Because of Grandma's song, The Garden, from God's Garden. God looked around his garden, and he found an empty place. He then looked down upon this earth and saw your tired face. He put his arms around you and lifted you to rest. God's garden must be beautiful. He always takes the best. He knew that you were suffering. He knew you were in pain. He knew that you would never get well on earth again. He saw the road was getting rough and the hills were hard to climb. So he closed your weary eyelids and whispered, "Peace, be thine." It broke our hearts to lose you, but you didn't go alone, for part of us went with you the day God called you home.
Our next speaker will be granddaughter Farah Rodriguez with a musical selection dedicated from her daughter, Bonnie Rodriguez. Solamente una vez. Hello, I'm Fufu. I think everyone knows me better by Fufu than Farah. I'd like to start out by playing a voicemail Grandma left, wishing my mom a happy birthday. As Grandma's 87th birthday is approaching in April, it's a comfort to hear her voice in celebration. And I thought I had it together. There I was trying to play the song now instead of later, thinking my mom would cry, but now I am. Sometimes it's hard to not wish for one more day, one more word, one more chance to say goodbye. But you should rest assured that you are either a joy or a real pain in my grandma's butt. My Uncle Raj said it best. She either liked you or she didn't. And either way, you knew it. And so did everyone else. I wouldn't say Grandma excelled at keeping conflicts from arising, but she sure knew how to effectively resolve them. Any person who dared harm any of her family can attest to that. She, on the other hand, was given free rein to swat you with a fly swatter or anything else within arm's distance. My cousin Tyson and a few others can give testament to that. As my sister noted, sugar and spice makes everything nice. Well, to that I say, Grandma wasn't called spicy for nothing. Jokes aside, it is through times of great loss that we realize how limiting words can really be and how special our family and friends truly are. Times like this make it hard to see past the sorrow, especially when there are no answers to comfort your grief. Fortunately for me, during this time I was given the opportunity at closer relationships with extended family, and especially with my cousin Sammy. Sammy, you have weathered the storms of life with Grandma, from being cared for by her to caring for her till her last breath. You have given from a full and loving heart. I value the tears and laughs we've recently shared and love you very much. Carly, thank you so very much for jumping right in to help. You have no idea what that means to me, and I love you. Emma, without you, so many photos in our tribute slideshow wouldn't be there, and I love you. Oh, I don't know where you were. I was trying to look at you. Over the past few days, I feel as though I've learned more about my grandma than in all of my years of loving and admiring her for her enterprising achievements. I've had the privilege and chance to show her just how much I love her by being by her side. I quickly realized she may not feel well, but never badly enough to refuse a quick brow fix and me curling her hair. One thing is for certain, Grandma made every life event memorable, and her trip to heaven is no different. Like all road trips with Grandma, this one deserves a proper sing-along. If you're in this room, you know this song, and you know what to do. The bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain, the bear went over the mountain to see what he could see, and all that he could see. And all that he could see was the other side of the mountain, was all that he could see. Thanks for saying that. I knew we'd all know that. We know you see Grandpa, Grandma, and Grandpa Talbot, Uncle Val, your adoring pets, and endless amounts of chocolate bars, Grandma. To each of you, I hope that reflecting on the memories of Grandma will win through and you will all find happiness again. I love you, Grandma. Now, we will take a moment to appreciate the song, Solamente una vez. Grandma dedicated this song to my mom when she was a little girl and told her to never forget she belongs to her heart now and forever. Her daughter Bonnie will now read a poem that both of her daughters would like to dedicate to their mother, Velma Elaine Talbot. We will have an opening for anyone who would like to share a moment after that. That was beautiful. Corey. On behalf of Clay, Galen, Rodney, and myself, we would like to thank all of you for celebrating the life of our mother. Never forgotten. You'll never be forgotten. That simply cannot be. As long as I am living, I'll carry you with me. Safely tucked within my heart, your light will always shine, a glowing ember never still throughout the end of time. No matter what the future brings or what may lie ahead, I know that you will walk with me along the path I tread. So rest, my angel, be at peace, and let your soul fly free. One day, I'll join your glorious flight for all eternity.
I, Grandma, and have you, and Museum, I'm an angel, and in heaven, and have you.
Mom, I cried endlessly when you died, but I promise I won't let the tears mar the smiles that you've given me when you were alive. I know you are listening from above. There's nothing that I value more than your love. No matter where I am or what I am doing, your memories will always keep me smiling. Solamente, you're the best, Mom.
In closing, we'll do a song from her favorite phrase to all her children, a bushel and a peck. And then the closing prayer by her youngest granddaughter, Sammy Swasey. I don't know about all of you, but I got to see that grave a lot in the last year to my grandmother. I would like to take a moment before the closing prayer to express on the behalf of my grandmother her thanks for everyone that has come to her service today. I know that she would have been tickled to see everyone come together to honor her like you might see. I also pray for everyone that is here to make it home safely and in good health. I know that this is not the most traditional closing prayer, but its meaning is special as it is both the first prayer I ever said with my grandmother and the last. But I hope that with these words, we can all feel comforted knowing that her soul is at peace and that she is surrounded by loved ones long missed. Now I lay me down to sleep. I pray the Lord my soul to keep. If I should die before I wake, I pray the Lord my soul to take. Amen. Once again, we want to thank you all for joining us today in remembrance of my grandmother, Velma Talbot Swasey. I also just want to thank my aunts and uncles and my mom for giving me the honor to conduct today. I love her very much. In conclusion, Rod was able to provide a luncheon. It's going to be in Spanish Fork at the Doc Grundy's restaurant. It's 260 North Main Street by the flashing light. We want to welcome everyone there, and we hope to see you there too. Can everyone now please stand up? Everyone remain standing while they escort my grandma out.